Welcome to our webinar today. My name is Kelly Shaw. My business partner is Trevin Rasmussen, and we are principal brokers in the Bristol Group. I'll be your presenter today. Today we'll be discussing how to successfully transfer business ownership. For those of you that are currently on the webinar, we have you muted, and we will continue with the webinar, and then at the conclusion of the webinar we will answer any questions that you might have, either via chat or phone call. Let's begin by considering some interesting facts. About 20% of all businesses listed will actually sell. What that means is that 80% of the businesses will not. This is due to a couple of reasons. One is that they have an unrealistic price expectation and have overpriced their business for the market. The other is they probably are poorly represented by a business broker who is not doing a quality job of representing them and finding buyers for them. And third reason is because they probably have an unrealistic expectation of the cash terms and conditions for the transaction. Most sales prices are about 75 to 80% of the asking price. You generally want to consider that as you're going into this process. Only about 10% of all transactions are cash. That means that the total cash price is tendered at closing. Generally, those are for businesses that sell less than $100,000. Anything that sells over $100,000, almost always, there's going to be a seller financing or carryback of some time. On average, it takes about 9 months to sell a business, particularly in the niche that the Bristol Group deals in. We sell larger businesses, generally $1 million plus in valuations, and those take a little longer. The next statistic means absolutely nothing, but we're going to offer it anyway. The general selling price is 2.4 times seller's discretionary cash flow and 46% of gross income. Having said that, valuations are all over the board and are contingent upon many factors. We do valuations for free. We'll talk about that in a while, but that's just a general guideline. 50% of all deals fall apart during due diligence, generally because a seller misrepresented something or a buyer cannot qualify for the financing they would like. And only 2% of all buyers who inquire will actually purchase. That means you got to go through a whole lot of buyers to find the right one. There are a number of reasons to sell and would like to talk about those. You'll see there are a number of them listed, but you need to have a valid reason to sell because it will make a difference to the buyer. Generally speaking, retirement is the number one reason. About 50% of the people we represent are being represented because they are at retiring age. But there are other valid reasons for checking out of your business and wanting to sell. And you just need to be aware of what that reason is so that we can properly represent that to a buyer. Next, and really one of the most important things to consider is when should you sell your business. This graphic explains a lot, but there are good times and bad times to sell. Keep in mind, about 90% of the companies that we do sell did not sell at the optimum time. For one reason or another, be it their personal life conditions, the finances of the company, whatever it is, it's not the optimum time to sell. Obviously, there is an optimum time to sell, and we'd like to help you prepare to do that. Here is when you should sell at an optimum time. One, sales and profits are increasing, costs are controlled, financial ratios are balanced, which means that we will compare your company to all other companies in your industry, and we'll find out what the average ratios are. For example, number of days on accounts receivable or sales generated per employees, and we can match that up and find out where you stack up so that you can work on some areas to bring them in line. Buyers will, by the way, run those ratios. There needs to be a demand for your product or service. There needs to be a number of ready, willing, and able buyers. And you need to be aware that it's difficult to line all of those things up to sell, but you should prepare to sell and time it well. The single thing we see most often is someone elects to sell after a very rough year in business. We sell a number of those businesses, but it does drive your price down. You should be selling while your business is succeeding, stable, and growing. Just briefly here so that you're aware, this is the process of selling. If you'd like us to walk you through that, or if you'd like a printout of this, you can call our firm at 208-319-3800. That's 3800. and would be glad to provide you with the detailed process for selling. You can look through that there and see that there is a planning stage. We search for the buyer, and that portion includes a significant amount of confidentiality and preparation for the documents. We handle all of the deal making, and we handle all of the closing in the process. The next question you probably have is, how much is your business worth? Well, this is a difficult question to answer on a brief webinar. We can tell you that generally we value businesses based upon a seller's discretionary earnings and a direct data method, which means we go out to the market, find all businesses similar to yours that have sold recently, find out what the multiplier is they sold at, compare that to your business, and arrive at a value. You will also have values for your tangible assets, for your intangible assets. There is replacement value, territorial rights, a number of things to take into consideration. Let me just offer this. For all clients considering selling, we at the Bristol Group offer what is called a free broker's opinion of value. We will take the financial information and do a brief interview with you, and we can determine pretty accurately, probably within 5% of what your sales price will be on the market. That's a great starting price so that you know what your firm is worth. We're often asked, who's going to buy the business? There are three types of buyers. Individuals who are looking to acquire, sometimes just to find a job or to add to their portfolio. Strategic buyers, which are often competitors or out-of-market companies that want to expand into your market. They're called strategic buyers. And then there is private equity groups, or PEGs as we call them, who really go after larger companies and are trying to make a business play on that. Those are the three types of buyers, and you have to structure your sales efforts around those three types of buyers. Question is, what are they looking for? Well, very simply put, they look for these 10 things. Appearance, clean books and records, you've reported all income, you have a compelling business story, your balance sheet balances, you may think that is very basic, but frequently we need to clean those up. That there are realistic expectations and that you have increasing sales and profits, that your organization and structure is handled well, and you have a legitimate reason to sell. Keep in mind, you sell a product or a service and you have a pitch that is prepared for that. We need to do the same for your business. Prepare just as well and have a compelling story. To be successful at this process, there are 4 things. You need a starting point. You need to determine a goal, develop a plan, and assemble a team. The starting point is the broker's opinion of value. Here are the things that we will need in order to run that for you. It's 3 years of historical financials, a list of assets included in the sale, and a list of indebtedness. We'll run that. We'll come back to you with a full write-up on what your valuation is. You also need to develop a team, and we help you with that if you do not have it. We can put that together quickly. The role of a business broker obviously is to do all of these things. Let me remind you that a good business broker will find you the right buyer, not just a buyer. They will keep the sale confidential. They will increase the sales price, and they will allow you to run your business while they handle the myriad of events and steps involved in selling a business, and there are many. It is important that you continue to run your business just as you always have so that it successfully sells through the process, and business brokers allow you to do that. Lastly, Trevin and I have published a book. It is called The Complete Guide to Selling Your Business. It is 133 pages. It truly is packed with information that you will need on this process. It is invaluable for you to understand how it works and the process involved. We give you a step-by-step process. We tell you everything that happens. We even have samples of all the documents in there. You can find that book at our website at bristolgrouponline.com. It is $14.95. We encourage you to get that book and read it. It is great preparation. Whether you are going to sell your business now or 5 years from now, this is an important read for you to have so that you can prepare and properly sell your business. If you'd like to call us, you can reach us at 208-319-3800. We'd be happy to answer any call regarding this process or any question. Thank you for your time today, and we will answer questions offline, and if you feel free to call us if you have any additional questions. Thank you.